And we're back with some more Nerd Radio all over your social media at Nerd Radio 101. And, of course, part of the B-Pod Studios network. Live from the Checkpoint XP studios. I didn't want to neglect to say that because it's it might not be new to us anymore. We've been doing it for over a month, but it's still awesome.
It's
cool,
recorded live at the Checkpoint XP
Recorded
studios.
live, right.
It's appearing live on twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
That's right. Wednesday afternoons around 11:30. James and Al Beck joining me, and this week we're joined by our guest, Mark Cooper.
Hey, how you doing?
Absolutely fantastic to have you on here. We'll have a special interview with you on the podcast this week. Goes up usually Friday mornings, but you're going to be performing at UMaCon.
Yep, sure am.
This particular year. I love UMaCon so much. It is the highlight. Like the two big highlights for me as far as con goes are Motor City Comic Con and UMaCon, and one's in the fall, one's in the spring, something like that. But UMaCon is so fun.
No, at UMaCon, you can be performing in a costume.
Yeah, technically I have my power glove and I have my actual shirt, and I actually turn into player one. So
that's
I guess,
awesome.
So technically I am in a cosplay.
Perfect.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, that's probably one of my favorite things about UMaCon is for the weekend you just see all your favorite anime characters and video game characters and Marvel characters and DC people just walking up down the riverfront.
Yep.
Just to go in between Cobo Hall and what's the other building?
Renaissance.
The Renaissance
Yep.
Center.
Yep.
Yeah. They got a giant video game room. They're playing anime. They got voice actors. It's a great time. So we'll talk more about that coming up. But right now, let's dive into some video game news.
Yeah.
Because James, I'm sure you've got some stuff to talk about as far as this goes. Whereas Al, these are mostly games I don't think that you're into.
So Al, you'll have nothing to contribute as usual.
Nothing but drop.
In fact, I'll cut to your old chair. There's Al's contribution.
There you go.
Yeah. He's bluffing, sir. He loves me.
But the huge
settle down, old man.
The big news in the world of video games this past week, and
I'm gonna be so drop heavy on this segment.
If you guys are not checking out Checkpoint XP's daily show, I definitely suggest you do, because they've got they're doing the deep dive on this stuff for sure. Whereas I'm giving you guys the cliff notes. But starting about a week and a half ago, Blizzard, who owns Overwatch and World of Warcraft, they were having a tournament for one of their games, and somebody on the stream said something or did something in support of the Hong Kong,
the
people
that's
in
going
Hong
on
Kong.
over in Hong Kong,
right? And Blizzard took away their prize money and a whole thing, which led to a huge uproar online about what was going on, and has led to a couple of weird things happening as far as Blizzard is concerned. One of them being that Overwatch is on the Switch as of this week, and they were supposed to do a big event in New York with some of the voice actors and everything like that. They canceled it 24 hours before it was going to happen.
The entire event was
canceled.
event
was just canceled.
Like a Blizzard Con or whatever?
It wasn't BlizzCon,
okay,
but it was one of those like, hey, we're going to do like what used to be like the Toys R Us in New York or something like that. We're going to do this big thing and have some of the voice actors in, and you can get your copy of Overwatch for the Switch, and everything's going to be a big deal. And then like they posted it, I think it was on Twitter 24 hours before. It's like, yeah, that's not happening. And I think part of it is because, I think part of it is because they didn't want protesters. Like, even though they've reimbursed that after a week, they decided, you know what, we'll reimburse that person their money, even though they broke our code of conduct for our Twitch stream. But we want going forward for everybody to know that don't get political on our particular stream or whatever like that.
I was gonna say, and forgive my ignorance, but I don't know what the hell's going on in Hong Kong. I know it's bad stuff,
right?
But I also don't know if somebody's expressing their opinion on bad stuff is happening in the world, why you would yank prize money away.
People are thinking it's because Blizzard has a vested interest in money from Hong Kong, in the same way that like Disney has I read a little bit about this, and when Doctor Strange came out and they cast Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, part of the reason for that is because they didn't want to put the Ancient One as his original version, because it would I'm explaining it really poorly, but it would give credence to a particular thing that the Hong Kong government does not abide by, and therefore they wouldn't get to play their movie in Hong Kong, and they would lose out on some money. So
they did it to make sure the movie could be played in the country,
right,
and not get banned or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
If the show's like a wiener or a nipple or something, they gotta ban it.
Well, to that degree, yeah.
Gotcha.
To simplify it or something like that. So things are real weird for Blizzard right now. But if you are an Overwatch player, as of yesterday, the Halloween event is going on, which is one of my favorite events because I'm terrible at the player versus player Overwatch stuff, but the Halloween event has a co-op mode, and I love playing that.
Yeah, it's definitely fun when you do co-op. So
Yeah, like I get angry and I'm terrible at playing, team based like 6-on-6. I'm the worst guy in your team. I always my Xbox Live motto used to be, if I'm the best guy in your team, that's why we lost. So, but you can play co-op, and I super dig that. The other news I wanted to talk about is League of Legends. Riot Games announced just last night that League of Legends is coming to consoles and to the cell phone, and that they're working on a card game, a first-person shooter, and a cartoon, a web cartoon.
Okay, sounds like they got their hands full. I think they've been up more than they can chew, because that sounds just like me. I'm going to edit these videos. I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to do the dishes.
Right.
I'm going to watch Netflix, and then all I just do is end up smoking weed, and none of it happens.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Oh, you are good.
I know. I'm the best.
Yeah, but Riot Games has decided, because they've just had been focusing on this one game for long enough,
Yeah.
and they've been making some money with tournaments and whatnot like that, and they're like, okay, now we're going to try and get into everything. So we'll see how that works out. I don't
You a
know.
League of Legends player?
I've played it before. I'm not a big fan. However, I did read in an article that when they move it to consoles and to the phone and everything like that, they are focusing more on the games only taking 15 to 20 minutes as opposed to 45 to 60
Oh
minutes.
my God, one game
to get
takes
through a game.
45 minutes.
That's why I don't like it, because you can play for like 60 minutes and still lose.
Was it Jefferson's roommate that was super into that League of Legends?
Yes.
Or a buddy of his or something?
Yeah, we had him on the show a couple of times, but he
Yeah.
was super into League of Legends, and I know that
Because it's the only reason I even know the name, is it has come up on the show back when it was you, me, and Jefferson.
right. But yeah, Blizzard actually made a version of that game called Heroes of the Storm, which has Overwatch characters and World of Warcraft characters and stuff like that. And I love that game because A, you can play against bots, so once again, it's co-op, and B, games take like 15 minutes tops. Like, don't waste 45 minutes of my time while I'm mad and then I get nothing.
That was one of the things
suck.
I always hated about Left 4 Dead. So I enjoyed Left 4 Dead.
Right.
But if in order to make it through the whole game and survive by the helicopter or the boat or whatever,
Right.
you're looking at a 45 to 60 minute investment of your time.
Right.
especially when you got 4 players and you got 3 players that know
Nothing.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
at all.
Hey, what's this girl crying over here do? Don't touch her.
Right.
right.
But that's what everybody's playing. They're playing that World War Z. Have you got a chance to go into that yet?
No, I
No,
haven't
I'd
played
say
World
it.
War Z.
Yeah, because I've been playing that, and it's like Left 4 Dead on steroids, man.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's like seeing the movie itself and then seeing all the the toppling endless zombies and things like that. But they put it together, and it's the first time I ever played a game where the computer actually was helpful.
Really?
The computer
Excellent.
actually helped in the game. So
Yep.
now I don't feel like I'm by myself with 3 stooges trying to figure out how I'm going to kill 300 zombies.
You get to play as super hunk Brad Pitt in this game.
You probably do.
You probably do good.
Is that on consoles or is that on PC?
No, it's on consoles and the PC, actually.
Nice.
They included it with the Xbox Game Pass, which is
Oh,
OP'd
yeah.
right now. You pay $1 and get Gears 5 and World War
Right.
Z and
Dude,
a couple
and I think
other
there's
ones.
a glitch with the Microsoft Xbox Gaming Pass because I paid the $2, and according to them, I am paid up until March 2020.
Yeah?
That's when my Xbox Live renews.
Right.
So I'm like, I just paid the $2. I was going to cancel real quick.
I think they did it for the Ultimate Pass. I think they combined it with the gold is what it is.
Okay, well, something happened. All I know is I'm like, I gotta get rid of this before I get dinged for another $15. And
Right.
I canceled it and like, okay.
Yep, that's how I was
renew
able
in
to get
March.
Gears 5. You know what I mean? I wanted to invest the 60, but I was like, let's see how this looks.
Yeah.
I'm with you. With my pass with Gears of War games, I'm like, I'm not paying more than a couple bucks for this.
Right.
The big news, when it comes to the online games, and I think you can tell me if I'm wrong about this, James, because you love Realm Royale and you play a lot of it. But
Yeah.
I think if there's a top 3, it's probably Blizzard with Overwatch and World of Warcraft, then Riot with League of Legends, and right after that, or maybe neck and neck, would be Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite's definitely up there. That's
Right.
the one I'm the most familiar with out of all those.
And over the weekend, they blew up Fortnite.
Yeah, you got you got to stare at a big blue butthole on your screen if you were into Fortnite.
Right, for like 2 days.
Yeah.
While they updated
Just a
the
big
servers.
marketing thing, which I assumed is what it was going to be, just to create hype. People are freaking out. Oh my God, Fortnite's gone! What happened?
Right.
It's just like, shut up. Give it a couple days, and I guarantee they're going to have something. It'll be back, and you'll get to drive around on a giant rocket ship or whatever stupid thing they decided
Right.
to
Well,
put in
part
the
of
game.
why they blew up the map in Fortnite, because for one thing, there's only one map in Fortnite. You're playing on the same map every
Yeah.
time you play a game. But the reason they blew it up is because they had a new map coming. that you could play on.
Oh wow! Finally, how many years did it take to get a new map?
Right. And I'd be interested if they're gonna add like, can you play classic Fortnite on the old map, or you can play regular Fortnite on the new map? But,
How does it not get boring? I mean, I know there's people that just love that game so much. I'm obviously not super.
That was
gamer or
another
anything,
thing
but-
about League of Legends that I didn't like, is that it's one map. You're playing on like one
It's
map.
one map in that one as well. Huh?
If you're playing 3 versus 3, it's one map. If you're playing 5 versus 5, it's a different map. Otherwise, it's the same map over and over
But
again.
here's what's always different: you could drop into different spots. The way your battle circle ends up closing you in, you end up in different spots within the whatever the Fortnite world is called.
Right.
I'll refer to it as realm.
As the storm comes,
Yeah, as the storm's moving
centralized.
in, or the fog's moving in, or whatever mechanism they have to try to get you to flee this open area and just focus your attention on the battle circle. That always changes.
Right.
So you're forced to have to drop into different spots. You're forced to know like where the best
where the best drops for guns or whatnot.
yeah, like
are.
where there's gonna be more chests to try to open to try to get better loot. What areas on the map is kind of notorious for having better loot or more loot opportunities. And that kind of stuff. So that's why you can have the same map. I have fun playing Realm Royale. It's the same map. It's been the same map since, I don't know, the closed beta, whenever that came out, like over 2 years ago maybe. Whenever that came out and I could play it on console, I still have a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my favorite spots to drop. Guntown, because I'm the mayor of Guntown, unofficially. I'm waiting for Realm Royale to give me the official title. But the mayor of Guntown, I
He's
drop
the
in
sheriff
Guntown
and the mayor.
all the time. You know, that's my favorite spot to drop. But sometimes the way the circle's set up for your battle or your party blimp or whatever you want to call the stupid plane that brings you in to drop into the
Yeah,
into
it's
the realm.
essentially just a bus with hot
With
air balloons.
Yeah, it's a hot air balloon bus. I think they call it the party bus. I don't know. It's a pirate ship that flies in the Realm Royale, just for the record. It's also an airplane in PUBG. Whatever that is, the way that cuts across the map is always different. So there's different elements that make each match different and unique.
It still feels like it wouldn't be enough for me anyway to keep my attention.
Oh, it's definitely
'Cause, I mean,
it's definitely a genre of gaming that like
Yeah.
works for some people and not for others. The whole like just keep doing the same thing over and over, but doing it in it like every game is different.
Yeah.
because you're playing against different people and
Yeah, and
because
if you're like the
different things are
type,
gonna happen.
like I want to prove that I'm the best one on the map right now. Me versus 99 other mofos. Who wants some? Come get some. Like that's me right there. Like
Yeah.
that's me in a video game.
See,
That's what
I
wanna
always
play.
know I'm not the best one on the map, so I
Yeah.
don't have that level of competition.
Oh, I guarantee you, most of the time, I'm not the best one on the map,
Right.
but I'm going to tell you that I am. And then when you beat me, I'm going to blame some other outside mechanism
outside-
for the reason why I lost.
zero responsibility
Like
for
back in
yourself.
2007, he had host. Yeah. He has host advantage. And,
Right, exactly.
He's got a T6 connection. And,
Yep. All those old Halo,
Yep.
online games.
Yeah.
I got a couple more video game stories to get to before we wrap up Nerd Radio this week. But you know what? Let's take another small break because I feel like Al hasn't gotten to say anything.
I've just been studying the drop board in the meantime. Yeah.
The whole time. All right. Well, that's cool. We'll be back. We'll have some more Nerd Radio here in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
I can try.